11-year-old child to come outside. And she told him, get in the car. Well, he knew her. He thought, I finished school, I had good grades. Maybe she's going to give me some money or a present or something. This is late in the evening. He gets in the car. She leaves. She drives him down to Struthers Honey House, which is a business, pulls in and asks him if he had done something inappropriate with another child that she knows. And he denies it. This supposedly happened a year ago. Did you hear what I said? A year ago. This victim, who is 11 years old now, was 10 at the time. And the other child that was supposed to be involved in this was 12 at the time. So he denies it. At that time, Kristen threatens the child, an 11-year-old child, and says, if you do that again, I'll bury you. She pulls a handgun out from under the seat and shows it to him while she says this. Then she drives him back to his house with a handgun in her lap and lets him out. He's exceptionally upset, so he goes to his room and tells his older brother that Kristen just threatened to kill him. The older brother goes to Mom. Mom notifies the sheriff's office of an armed disturbance, and deputies respond that night. As the investigation unfolds, it's turned over to the detectives. We find out that she has made admissions that she did that. When the young boy, the 11-year-old, is telling the story, he said she threatened to kill me and bury me alive. Her statement was, I didn't say I was going to bury him alive. I said I was going to bury him. Did you hear what I said? Can you believe in 2021 that the lights haven't come on for her yet? That you can't threaten an 11-year-old with a handgun in your hand? She literally petrified him, scared him. We went to arrest her. She gave us partial admissions, and then she said, but I didn't point a handgun at him. And all of the testimony we have is she didn't point it directly at him. She pulled it out and showed it to him and said, I'll bury you if you ever do that again. Folks, there's a lot of details that we obviously can't discuss because it's protected information. But this city commissioner was way out of line. I mean, it should give everybody pause that she's making decisions for the city of Lake Wales when she's that irrational. Well, we have that firearm from her. She's currently in the county jail, charged with a felony, an aggravated assault with a firearm, and she's also charged with having the child inappropriately without permission of the parent. I can't explain why someone does something like that. Totally irrational, totally inappropriate. A felonious assault on an 11-year-old child by a city commissioner. She needs to wake up. You're held to a higher standard when you're in public office. She is supposed to set the positive example for the community to follow. What she has done is set the example for the community not to ever follow. So at the end of the day, she'll move through the criminal justice system as she faces her felony charges, and the child is now once again home safe with his family, and his family is livid beyond all expectation as you would be if someone threatened your child to bury them while holding a firearm. Any questions?
There are people online saying she's a good person who made a mistake, and maybe any parent can understand the anger she was feeling. Can you kind of speak to why this was still an illegal act?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to explain that to you. I'm not suggesting, you know, somebody says online she's a good person. There's a lot of good people. You know, even bad people aren't bad all the time. But it doesn't give a good person the right to be wrong occasionally. That was a horrible, felonious act toward an 11-year-old child by a 41-year-old woman who's also a city commissioner. We expect more of everybody in the community, and certainly city commissioners and public officials are held to a higher standard. So regardless of what she thought, it was wrong. Oh, and did I add that the 11-year-old said he smelled alcohol on her? He thought maybe she was drinking or had been drunk or was drunk. So at the end of the day, I don't know what gets into some people to do the irrational things they do, but what she did was a totally irrational, felonious act while she's a city commissioner.
Why did it take so long to arrest you? You said it happened last year?
She just now confronted him the other night from an event that allegedly happened a year ago. An event that the 11-year-old, who was then 10, absolutely, totally denies. And at the end of the day, all of that will be followed up as well. But regardless, you don't get to take the law into your own hands. You don't get to have a few libations in the evening and then storm over to another person's home, take their 11-year-old out of their house, and then threaten them with a gun and to bury them. That's craziness. Anything else? Y'all take care. Have a good weekend. We'll see you when the next person does the most ridiculous thing you've ever imagined in your life. See you later.